Do you see this? Listen, okay, I'm gonna be fully, like, so entirely and fully honest with you. I think that as a new player, you do not want any of these characters. Also, the fact that there's 2 standard characters here is kind of fucked up. Okay, also, I'm actually not sure which it's not real. I mean, that's possible. Who knows? I don't care. If it's real, then it's real, and that's cool. And if it's fake, then we can talk about it now, and then it turns out to be fake, and we can talk about it again when the real one is announced. So, like, we can't lose. We can't lose. It's double the content, yeah. Anyways, chat, I actually don't... Who do you guys think is the best character here? Because on our... Like, it should be Nahida, but, like, the Lauma stuff is making Nilo look a little more interesting, you know? That's all I'm saying. Oh, actually, chat, did you guys see what I tweeted yesterday? So, apparently, Lauma doesn't give the Blooms crit if you're an Ascendant. Only if you're a Nascent. So, if you have another Nodcry character, you don't get the 15% crit rate on your Blooms. That's a glitch? No, it seems to be intended. It's because, dude, it makes so much sense though, right? Like the indigenous people of Nodcry aren't huge supporters of the racism. Like, it makes sense, right? Like, it does. Like, that's all I'm saying, you know? It does make sense. Yes and no. I know does have the same wording, but I'm pretty sure that passive is just wrong right now, right? Because you also doesn't grant 60 EM to the party. Is Lauma Dendrop faster than Nahida? Yesn't. So Nahida's application is every time you trigger a reaction up to once every 2.5 seconds, right? But with electro characters on the team during her burst, the like time in between becomes lower. Technically, Nahida can apply it faster, but even when the trigger limit is faster than 2 seconds, that still doesn't mean that it happens faster than every 2 seconds, because you still need to trigger a reaction. So it's generally a little bit slower. However, it's 1.5 U instead of 1 U. So it tends to be more app overall. Time to update Flins stuff with Lauma. So, and now we do this and we copy it here. Holy, Candace is the best slot. That's crazy. Oh yeah, here we don't have a single non-Nodcry character, so it's not changing anything. Slightly changes the order. The Lauma Aino team becomes a bit worse. The Elan burst cooldown included? Yes, sir. That's why Candace is better, right? Rotation length is at 16. When I change to Elan, it's 18 instead. Okay, I will say that Candace C6 being better than Aino C6 was not on my bingo card. Let me check something. If I go HP Goblet on Candace now, is it better? Probably isn't, right? We cap it. Oh, it is slightly better. Okay, bet. Candace is here. Is it fine for Candace to be using Claymore? It doesn't matter. The damage literally doesn't change. What main stats is he running on Candace? I'm doing ER HP crit. Why is she so good? Because no one's good, right? Your options are Aino, but she's fucking completely worthless. Wait, actually, C6 Aino does also give an EM buff now, right? Because they buffed the C1, so it's 80 EM. Do the Flins Lauma teams with Aino Farina even work? It doesn't work with Aino C0, but it works with Aino C6. It does work with Farina too, yeah. But I do need to go change the Lauma stuff. Oh man. Why does it say in the Flins formula he gets 60 EM from Sapwood? Because it's 50% uptime on Sapwood. But yeah, we need to go change the formula for Hyperbloom stuff. And now, this won't change. This will go down a bit. I guess it's not that much, huh? Oh my god! Lauma team isn't the best one anymore! Holy shit! That's crazy. The best one is Candace. Of course it is. That's my goat right there. But why are Ororon and Eonson on scrolls? Because as much as he doesn't care that much about damage percent, he has no damage percent to begin with. And 40% is very big, and he's very saturated on attack percent, right? And so because 40% is so much bigger like than 20, it's actually enough to make scrolls slightly better. But it's very, very close. You calc non-Ineffa teams with C6 Aino? I don't know if I calc that exact combination, but I didn't. But I guess we can, right? There's a couple other things I want to look at. Mainly, I want to look at this team. No, this team, I guess, yeah. With Flins C1. So, like, 2 cost C1, basically. I'll do Flins C1. We copy every single thing, except the lunar charge is just 3 instead. Okay, and now Flins C1 with Ororon C6. 2 cost, yeah. But yeah, so, like, as you can see, Flins C1 with this is actually slightly better than Flins C0 with with Ineffa, right? Like if you're gonna get 2 5-stars, getting Flins and his C1 is slightly better than getting Flins and Ineffa. But it's close. Yeah, also good luck not dying. That's true. Anyways, some of these teams probably want to change the weapon on Sucrose, right? Like this one, you probably go Liar instead. Yeah, Liar is better because we don't cap the knockout passive. Oh yeah, I need to check Ororon weapon. That's true. Ororon, Viridescent, Hunt, Scrolls. Yeah, as you can see, right? TOM, he can't be on TOM, but if he could get a 20% attack, right? 96k. Scrolls, 96.7, right? 96.3, 96.7. It's really, really close. Viridescent, Hunt, Scrolls. Scrolls actually, Noblesse. Why is the EM multiplier changing on Noblesse? Because we have more attack. Less attack, I mean, average. Okay, yeah, that's fair. The default Ororon probably goes on Noblesse 2 now. No, it's not. Only the 2-cost one. Okay. Okay. Once we change the Sucrose weapon, Sucrose Aino is slightly better than Sucrose Candace. No! Oh my god! This'll be better, right? Yep. This'll be worse. This'll be worse. This'll be worse. Yeah. Okay. Lauma calcs tomorrow, probably, yeah. Try Flins C1 with Sara, because she can buff 2 E's. I don't want to. Did I not make a Sara sheet? Oh, I didn't. No, she can't be on Noblesse. She has to be on fucking Instructor for things to properly work. Because she can't get Noblesse every rotation. We gotta change the fucking bullshit here. Okay, so if I go back to the Sara one, this one, yeah. We gotta put Sara on Sack, Bow, and Instructor. Okay, and then if we do Flins C1, yeah, this is gonna be 2 cost 2. 2 cost 2. And this is actually better. That's crazy. Yeah, so the best 2 cost Flins teams is gonna be with C6 Sara, I guess. What is a Liar weapon on Sucrose? New event weapon. 510 base attack, 165 EM. Passive gives 240 EM. But yeah, good luck not dying on this team. That's what the problem is. Yeah. So Flins C1 is better than Ineffa. I think it's a little bit better, but it's pretty similar. Like, you gotta keep in mind, this is kind of sus as hell. Okay, like Sara in general is a sus fucking character. We do Sig, sure. C1 R0. The fuck is your problem now, man? What if I just call it C1? Does it fix things? It does. I don't. Okay, sure, man. Whatever. Okay. I guess it just doesn't want me to end things on a 0. Sig C1. Okay. I think it's when there's 2 numbers it goes yeah, it doesn't like it. Alright, so when you include constellation stuff, C1 R1, C1 R0, C0 R1. What are those crazy numbers? This is whale stuff. Why is Yansan lower than Ororon? Because it turns out she is, I guess. It's mainly because you have a lot less lunar charge uptime with Yansan because you don't have off-field electro. So you lose a decent amount of your lunar charge damage from reactions. And Yansan burst cooldown is 18 seconds, whereas Ororon is not 18 seconds. You can actually do 16-second rotations with Ororon, but not with Yansan. That's honestly the biggest difference. What does 2 cost mean? It's the amount of 5-star pulls, basically. I wanted to include it because, I mean, he is fairly reliant on Ineffa, but also he probably has the best C1 in the game. So if you want to go for his C1 instead of Ineffa, it's actually pretty similar. Is this the highest DPS C1 R1 team or what? I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not better than C2 R0 Mawika. It's about as good as C0 R1 Mawika. But like that's the thing with Flins, right? Like when you look at like no con stuff in the kind of fake case scenario of getting I know C6, he's quite good. But otherwise, like he is fairly good, right? Like this is good stuff. But he's closer to Verissa than like Mawika and Skirk, right? But he has a much better C1. And like the biggest potential problem with him is that he's a 0.0 character, and usually they get followed by characters that just fucking omega overshadow them. So yeah, you're gonna calc Lauma? Yeah, I'll do Lauma calcs tomorrow, I think.
Deuce on the loose!
Yeah!
Deuce on the loose!
Deuce on the loose!